Acha nikupongeze kwa Airtel Uganda.
Bunyoro, the mother of all parties, is here. President Yoweri Museveni's birthday after party, the first ever in Masindi district. The organizing committee of the president's visit calls upon all people to come and welcome our dear president as we thank him for all the works he has done for the people of Bunyoro. On the 17th of September 2022, the president will launch Radio 7 for the Kabarega region, welcomed by religious leaders, members of parliament, and the local leaders of the region. Live performances and dance till dawn, courtesy of Balam Sounds. Come, let's welcome our president, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, with a bang at Golf Course Masinde. Powered by Balam Marketing Agency, Radio 7, and UBC TV. Come, let's party.
The Uganda Investment Authority, UIA, is holding the Kigazi Investment Summit on Saturday, September 24th, 2022. The venue of the Kigazi Investment Summit is Kisonso Industrial and Business Park in Chibaya, Rukundo Town Council, Kisoro District. The Kigazi Investment Summit is aimed at promoting and attracting relevant investment projects, both domestic and foreign, for local economic development of Kigazi region, comprising of the districts of Kabale, Rukunjiri, Kanungu and Kisoro. The theme of the Kigazi Investment Summit is Mobilization of Domestic Investment for Prosperity and Regional Integration. The guest of honor will be the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Honorable Matia Kasaija. Follow the conversation live on UBC television and on the hashtag #InvestInKigazi. Good afternoon. You're most welcome to our lunchtime newscast, the news bulletin. My name is Sandra Kahunde, and I do apologize for coming to you a few minutes past the hour of 1. We're coming to you live from Broadcast House, Nile Avenue, and these are some of the activities we have for the day. Now, starting off, we're seeing leaders in refugee hosting districts expressing worry over what will become of our refugee housing areas if the soon-to-end displacement response to displacement impact project is closed. This was during a joint implementation support mission between Government of Uganda and World Bank, where a lot of progress was observed.
It was a genuine welcome for Government of Uganda and World Bank officials here at Marala Village, Agocho Parish, in the Kiforo sub-county of Adjumani district. They were here to monitor and witness for themselves what their efforts towards the welfare of refugees and hosting communities have yielded. And this is what they found. Locals working together to make the best of the maize they had harvested.
The community members get income from the maize sales. They save part of this money, then they pay school fees. They also use it for other basic necessities at the household levels.
The harvested maize is here, not only for consumption, but commercial purposes as well. James Okello, the chairman Marala Village, cannot thank government enough.
So it has greatly improved the standard of living of people in my community.
Such venture has been done with environmental conservation in consideration. Tree planting has been one of the other focuses. In the neighboring Zaipi sub-county, Bale community has been organized in planting trees.
There's also customer land ownership.
Richard Opin is a community facilitator in Zaipi sub-county. He is seen here addressing locals as well as government and World Bank officials. He says the project has seen not only the environment conserved, but also people prosper.
The refugees influx has made the tree cover to reduce, so they need to recover it. So that's why they chose the environment component specifically.
All these have been efforts of the development response to displacement impact project, Dr. Deep. The World Bank team and that of the government of Uganda were here to monitor progress of the projects. And here were some of their observations.
In fact, their income is being enhanced because of the activities they are undertaking. And this is one of the main objectives of the project, to enhance household income for the poorest and the active in the community.
What we've seen today, I think, has been, really impressive. What we know is that when the refugees come into an area, it can put a strain on the local health services. It can lead to overcrowding in the schools. It can create environmental issues. It can make it difficult for host communities to continue their livelihood. And so what we've seen today is a project that's trying to meet all those different needs.
Some people, however, are worried of what will become of the gains in case the project closes. Andoya Robert is the settlement commander at Jumani Refugee Desk.
We need another one more of support to see that the level expected is reached, because part of it will not be in the hands of the community to create the sustainability out of this project and then to diversify.
These fears, however, have been allayed.
So the project is due to close in December 2023. And thus far it's been rated, quite highly by the World Bank. So really, what comes next will be part of a discussion with the government of Uganda over the coming weeks and months.
Dr. Deep, a 5-year World Bank-funded multi-regional project, covers 4 countries in the East African region. Here in Uganda, it is implemented under the Office of the Prime Minister, providing development income support to the vulnerable within refugee hosting districts. Henry Okrut, UBC.
In other news, Assistant Commissioner for Disability and the Elderly in the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, Ajiambo Emily, has appealed to elderly persons to remain socially and economically active as a means of continuing to contribute to the national economy and their welfare. This was during a one-day validation meeting to analyse and recommend final guidelines for the Special Enterprise Grant for Older Persons held at Imperial Royal Hotel right here in Kampala.
Elderly people have cause to smile following a new government program that aims to keep them socially and economically active. This Special Enterprise Grant for Older Persons, SEGOP, is premised on the fact that the UN Sustainable Development Goals implore governments to develop initiatives to help improve welfare of the vulnerable. This new program is different from the Social Assistance Grant for the Elderly because it covers a wider elderly age category and is sort of a savings and credit scheme.
No, it's not a duplication because SAGE is monthly and predictable, 25,000 transfer. But for SEGO, it is not monthly, it is a one-off, and it's targeting groups of between 5 to 10 members. Yet SAGE is targeting individuals, so it's not the same. And as I said earlier, it's not a duplication because the age range we are targeting is between 60 to 79.
The 5-year demand-driven program financed by Government of Uganda to the tune of 50 billion shillings will be implemented by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, commencing October 2022.
Even, by the way, these conventional microfinance programs, they also have delinquency, they also have default, they also get people disappearing with their money. But what is important is to minimize it. And this being an impact grant, what happens is to try to minimize that, there's a process of self-selection of the members who would not like to embarrass themselves. That also enables us to get quality of clientele.
It has a goal of improving the quality of life and dignity of older persons aged between 60 to 79 years, whom the UBC population projections of 2022 indicate have reached 3.76%.
Now, the education sector has been challenged to make some reforms in the system as remedy to high youth unemployment in the country. The founder and the CEO of Rounding Up at the Edges, Dr. Kahunde says there is need for educationists to change their goals of training only professional skills, but rather consider soft skills for life. The founder of the local NGO that does that particular work says that the self-employment training includes support, mentorship, self-management, as well as other activities. Now, Dr. Kenge also says it enables the already employed class for self-check for better output. Details in this report.
My message would be that you need 2 arms to your capacity. You need your professional, your hard skills, your talents, your vocational skills. But you also need these soft skills. We call them transferable skills because they will work in every type of your life. You need life skills. You need business skills. So in as much as possible, although the institutions won't teach you these things, but make sure that you learn them. And then we are here actually to help you learn them. We teach face-to-face at our center here. We go to wherever you are, we can come to you, but we also do online training and we also do e-learning on platforms. So I would advise every young adult, make sure that your 2 sides of your capacity, of your capability, of your skills is strong. Your hard skills, your soft skills. Because there is evidence now that 70% of your success will depend on the amount of soft skills you are. So make sure that you equip yourself with soft skills. Just because they are called soft skills doesn't mean they are softy or they are not important or they are easy to learn. The term came from the US military to distinguish it from the hard machines, the guns, the bombs, the aeroplanes. So they called the other skills soft skills, not because they are soft, they are extremely, extremely important.
Now, moving on, Assistant Commissioner for Disability and the Elderly in the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, Jambo, do pardon me for that particular story that just aired. That is to do with Ankole Diocese. Moving on, it says that right on the Bishop Ankole Diocese, the Right Reverend Dr. Alfred Sheldon Mwesigwa has commissioned the church project aimed at bringing health services closer to the people. Now, Buyenje Health Center 3 in Rubindi Sub-County, Nobe, Archdeaconry was built with contribution from Christians of Buyenje Church of Uganda, managed by Ankole Diocese.
The Bishop of Ankole Diocese, Dr. Sheldon Mwesigwa, has commended churches in his diocese for promoting social and economic development of the Christians. Mwesigwa was on a pastoral visit to Buyenje Church of Uganda Parish, where he also commissioned a health center built with contribution from Buyenje Church of Uganda Christians.
We're also happy about the Health Center 3, which has been opened through the church. This is on church land, and this is going to be under Ruharo Mission Hospital to meet the needs of the people, the health. You might get saved, but then you have a disease which needs to be addressed. So now we are doing holistic development.
The bishop was received by the area parish priest, Reverend Ndiabakira Ruben, and said that the parish choir mooted the idea of starting a community health center for the good of the Christians, particularly mothers.
Today we have opened our OPD facility, which was built by the Christians of this church.
Mbarara district councillors commended the community initiative for the development of the area.
It lacks some facilities, some equipment, some, for example, beds are not there, they don't have water. I call upon the government to come in and help him.
I'm glad as a leader, and at the same time it's my church, where I belong,
where I am a lay leader.
The health facility needs over 200 million shillings for completion.
Finish it within 3 months because we started it in January and by April it was done.
Sudat Kaye, UBC.
We'll do settle for a very short break. When I return, I will take a look at what is happening from the world of business.
Ni MTN Kabode Super as you pay mpola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN Kabode Super easy.
Forget last season. Forget the oohs and ahs. Forget every moment that stole the show. Because the real show is here on GoTV. It's the new season. It's action-packed and it's going to be non-stop football. With over 1,000 games from more than 7 leagues and cup competitions plus a World Cup. Make sure you get the best seat in the house this new football season. Get a GoCoder with 1 month of GoTV value for only 25,000 Uganda shillings and enjoy non-stop football. GoTV Uganda. Love it.
Oh, they look nice.
Thank you, honey.
Yo! Yo!
You guys gather, it's going down. Gather! Gather!
Yo!
I tell you what.
Yo!
Yo!
Airtel is giving you bigger data bundles for the same price. Dial *175# to choose from our range of bigger Chillax bundles that don't expire. Bigger monthly bundles, all for the same price. And stay connected longer to loved ones. Airtel, the smartphone network.
I remember the lockdown, when the streets were empty and our lives disrupted, when businesses closed and our livelihoods hung in the balance. Hospitals were full. We lost loved ones, jobs, and hope. Our children couldn't study anymore. We cannot let this happen again. We should not go back. Get fully vaccinated against COVID-19 and join the millions of Ugandans who are already vaccinated.
Stay connected on the largest 4G network in Uganda using the Airtel 4G Pocket MiFi at only 75,000 Uganda shillings. It comes with 15 GBs free, valid for a month. You can connect up to 10 of your friends and family at a go. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to get one today or call 0800 333 330 for free delivery within Kampala. Dial *175 *9# to activate free 15 GBs. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back. It's good to know you're still keeping us company. Now getting into business updates for the day. We're seeing the Inner Wheel Club of Mengo continuing its support towards menstrual hygiene, especially among Ugandan youth. Its latest endeavor took it to Kasanda, where over 150 people were tutored on how to make their own sanitary pads.
St. Charles Lwanga Kinoni Primary School in Kasanda district has been sight to behold as Inner Wheel Club Mengo spread the gospel of menstrual health.
Good girls.
The club, under the stewardship of its president Vivian Egundura, lectured over 150 pupils on menstrual hygiene and also taught them how to make recyclable sanitary pads.
If we are going to fulfill our theme and our mission of a strong women, stronger world, we need to undertake the project. Njagala mwebaza abakyala bano, they have put together more than 5 million okusobola okuwa abaana abawala abakungaanidde wano abasukka 15 reusable sanitary towels ze musobola okukozesa omwaka mulamba.
This timely intervention to reduce female dropout rate has been applauded by the school administration.
As the school community, we have been also finding problems in handling children and their menstruation period. First of all, due to limited resources, we have been unable to provide sanitary pads to all our children. And as a result, many of our children who have been undergoing menstrual cycle have been dropping out.
Government, multinational and charity organizations have been tasked to address the issue of menstrual hygiene, especially through provision, mainly to girls in rural and slum settings.
Now moving on, a government in partnership with private sector players has flagged off over 20 metric tons of emergency inorganic fertilizers to boost food production in the country. The launch of Sustain Africa initiative in Uganda aims at enabling smallholder farmers access fertilizers at subsidized costs.
This challenge has been escalated by the initial challenge we had of COVID-19, then coupled with the current Russian-Ukraine war, the cost of transit, the cost of fuel, that actually becomes very hard on us as a private sector. Urea used to cost around 88,000, 90,000 Ugandan shillings. But look, even at that given time, the rate of consumption of that fertilizer was a little bit low. Then gradually the price went to 120, we saw it go to 150. Currently, if you look at the market price of urea, is 200,000 and above. At least we've seen the cost of urea at least come up from 220, at least under this subsidy, to cost around 140, 145. That is the farmer. We feel that is at least affordable. It is still slightly higher than the original market price, but at least it's not as strange as it would have sounded to tell an ordinary farmer to purchase a 50 kilo bag of urea at 200,000.
That comes along with trainings, knowledge, and working together with the partners. We are going to invest in this program of quite a lot of knowledge, in addition to our contribution of $5 million in terms of subsidizing the actual price for the farmer. But that is not enough. We come also with the knowledge of trainings and, as Joel mentioned, the demonstrations that shows the farmers practically how can they increase their productivity.
Summing up business, I was seeing the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Agriculture, Animal Husbandry and Fisheries, Major General David Kasura Chomukama, advising especially the smallholder farmers to utilize the available land in their rainy season to grow high-value crops that will help improve their livelihood. General Kasura was closing the 4-day local government leaders summit on mindset change aimed at ensuring farmers embrace micro-scale irrigation. More in the following report.
Smallholder farmers in the country have been advised to grow high-value crops to enable them improve their livelihood and develop both socially and economically. Closing a 4-day mindset change training for local government representatives from over 40 districts countrywide, the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Major General David Kasura Chomukama, urged farmers, especially at small-scale level, to embrace micro-scale irrigation program.
Commercial agriculture. Now, if you have a small piece of land and you need micro irrigation,
as night follows day, you will have to think of high-value enterprises. Don't irrigate for the purpose of the stomach. You will not make money. And you give, you will not have me as a supporter.
While at National Farmers Leadership Training Center in Kampiringisa, PG District, Major General Kasura commended the World Bank for partnering with the government of Uganda to introduce the micro-scale irrigation program, which he said is very vital to the farmers. The engineer in charge, irrigation and drainage in the Ministry of Agriculture, Titus Niwamanya, said the 60 billion shillings micro-scale irrigation program was introduced to farmers 2 years ago, and over 400 smallholder farmers in several districts have already benefited.
To change the mind and thinking of farmers through these people who interact with them. So we want to change the mind, the thinking of these farmers, so that they know that these countries cannot move on now without irrigation.
The Principal National Farmers Leadership Center, Kampiringisa, Okwaja John Bosco, appealed to government to support farmers fight the increasing fake agricultural products on the market, like fertilizers and seedlings, among others.
Of inputs in the market, more so when it comes to the pests, the pesticides, the seeds, the fertilizers, that there is a lot of counterfeit in the market. And then the other one, which we're trying to address, is the issue of the negative mindset amongst the farmers and some of the Ugandans.
Okwaja, however, commended the micro-scale irrigation program and encouraged farmers to purchase the equipment to be used in irrigating their gardens during the dry spell. I'm Nafka Farida and Salongo Kasvante.
Well, that's all we had time for this particular newscast. Many thanks for making time and following. My name is Sandra Kahunde, and from the entire team, wish you a beautiful Saturday and take good care of yourselves. Keep watching UBC as we inspire you.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Quatesimu! Get the 4G smartphone of your dreams today and pay as you use. Choose from the Tecno Pop 5 Pro, Tecno Pova Neo, Samsung A03